So let me assure you. So let's gather back. It's good to hear everybody talking and sharing your great ideas about technology. As Olu mentioned, I serve as the Chief Operations Pastor for Impact Church. He's right. I have been with Impact for 12 years, and I've seen us go through so many changes and transformations. We've evolved in some things, and we have made some mistakes as well, right? And we have done some great things as well, and that's because of who God is. So today we're going to talk about how do you engage people. And we can talk about volunteers. I use the word teams at Impact Church. You can say ministry, but it's about really engaging the best asset that is at your church, and that is your people. I mean, we can bring in all of the best technology, and I love it. I love technology. I got a brand new iPad. It's the best thing, so I love technology. At the same time, it takes people to make the wheels of any church, any organization, any corporation turn. And we can automate everything until the day Jesus Christ comes back. Somebody has to push that button and say automate, right? So we want to invite you today to think differently about how you are engaging your best asset. And I use the word asset. I know that's a corporate term, but that's money, right? Your people, they are a treasure. They are valuable to your church, and your church can't do anything without them. You can't have trustees. You can't have a finance team, right? You can't have nominations. You cannot have any of those things without people. So we want to talk about how we can go fishing. You know, your theme is navigating the changing landscape, and it changes every day. As I was walking on the beach this morning, I read a sign where it says, "Do not walk in the dunes," I think. And so I'm sure those dunes have changed. And there's a reason why that sign is there, because we trample over some things. So things are changing all the time. But right here, human beings, it's the best thing we can have. So we want to talk about how we can go fishing, which is a word that I'm sure most of us are very familiar with when it comes to our biblical landscape. So let's turn to Matthew 4. We're going to use this to really show us a few things about how we can engage people. And Jesus was the best model that I've seen of engaging people. No one can do it better. Amazon, Coca-Cola, Apple, even those corporations that have the best, known for being the best people corporations to work for, they can't do it better than the model we have in our biblical text today, okay? So it's Matthew 4:18 through 20. Can someone read that for us? As they taught me at ITC, use a preaching voice.
As Jesus walked alongside the Galilee Sea, he saw two brothers, Simon, who was called Peter, and Andrew throwing fishing nets into the sea, because they were fishermen. "Come, follow me," he said, "and I'll show you how to fish for people." Right away, they left their nets and followed him.
So he saw two brothers, and we know that from our history that they were fishermen. Now, some say that they are part of the rough and rowdy crowd, right? Some say they're the ones we tend to walk by on our way to church, or even in the grocery stores, or in the malls, or at the movie theaters. Those people that look different from us, right? Those persons that may live in a great zip code or not so great zip code. Those persons that may have different lifestyles than ourselves. But we tend to walk by people that are different from us. But Jesus saw them. He's inviting us to do the same. He's also inviting us to take a look at how we're currently engaging people. So what are the nets that you're using today? What do you do currently to try to engage people to serve in a ministry? What do? Some of us do this. Announcements. We put them in our bulletin boards, on our bulletin boards and the bulletins we hand out. We do what I call all call. Please come help. Anybody, don't matter. A dog, cat, doesn't matter. Come help me. We need help, right? We do that. Or we just go grab the little people and say, hey, just come over here and help me. It doesn't matter if they have the right gifts. It doesn't matter if they have the right attitude. We just need some help. And the nets that we're currently using are not working. Tell me, who in this room has enough people in your ministries? You don't need any more people. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you have enough. Who could use some additional support at your church? Yeah. I've never ran across not one church that said, I have enough. Don't send me any more people. But friends, you are competing against so many different things in today's environment. People are really looking at their schedule saying, can I give time to the church? Are they really that well organized? Or when I go to the meeting, Walter, they start 30 minutes late. My God, right? And I just got off of work at 6 o'clock. And the meeting's supposed to start at 6 and doesn't start at 7. So what I'm saying to you is there's a different model. We've got to take it very seriously. Just like you're looking at how you preach and your Bible study and technology, how you're engaging people will make or break anything that you're doing. The text says this: Jesus walking along the sea. Walter, Martin, walking along the sea. He saw some people. How often do you see people? Just every now and then? He saw 2 brothers. He observed them. Do you just walk by them or do you see them, really see them? Do you engage them in conversation? Or do you just walk by them? He saw them doing what they do best. They were throwing their fish into the sea, their nets into the sea. So he saw them working, doing what they were doing best. When was the last time you saw a young man on a street corner selling water or fruit? And you just walk by them. That's your next best entrepreneur. That's your next best person to be on any of your ministries that you need help doing some things with. They're very creative. They figured out a way how to go out and make some money and not doing it in the normal setting, just like Jesus did. He observed them. Then he's not looking to make a judgment. He's checking them out, seeing how they are doing the things that they do. He's understanding that they have a process. They're doing something that is very hard work, number one. It takes a lot of strength to throw those nets. I don't know if you ever seen the nets they had to use. It takes a lot of strength to be able to do that. Do you know how much work it takes to stand on the corner day in and day out and engage people in conversation to sell a bottle of water? Do you know how much work it takes to just stand behind a register every day, day in and day out, and greet people and say, hello, welcome to Walmart? Can you imagine how much time it takes to be on your feet all day long? Who could use some ushers like that? Absolutely. Right? They're already doing the work. Well, Christ is saying, think about it differently, the people you're walking by. He observed them and he knew they had some things that needed to be used for the church. So then he told them this. Here's an opportunity. He said, come follow me, he said, and I'll show you how to fish for people. He didn't say come and you got to be baptized first. You have to go to 15 new membership classes. He didn't say that. He said, come. It was an opportunity that he saw, and it met a need of his. He needed strategic, strong, dedicated, dependable people to be a part of his ministry. Guess what? If they did not work, these fishermen, they did not eat. So that lets you know a couple things about them. They were dependable. They were hardworking. They were going to be what they said they were going to be. They knew how to repair some things. If the net broke, they could repair that. I'm asking you today, how many times do you miss great opportunities because they are not fitting whatever model image you have in your head for people that can help you in your ministry? How many times have you walked by the white T-shirts? You know what I mean? I said the white T-shirts. Who are the white T-shirts? Can anybody say who they are? Anybody know who the white T-shirt? Oh my God, we are really in trouble. You don't know who nobody knows? The white T-shirts? They're the young men you see on the corner, guys and ladies. They wear white T-shirts. The white tees, yeah. They're the young men you see on the corner. Yeah. They're the young men that you see going back and forth from the corner somewhere else. They wear white T-shirts. That culture started in prison. How many times do we walk by them? And then the young ladies in white T-shirts. And so we say that we are the church. We say that we are the people that are here for those that are broken. You have an opportunity. He said, come, let me show you how to not only fish, but fish for people. One of the things that we're doing is we're going definitely outside of our church. And we can't go into a neighborhood if we don't know them, they don't know us. Right? So it's a know, like, and trust factor. Jesus saw an opportunity. He talked to them. What I'm inviting you to do the same thing. If the church is afraid, then we're really in trouble. He took the opportunity. He said, let me show you something different. He didn't say, I'm going to immediately change your dress. He said, I want to talk with you about some things. You know how to fish, but let me show you how to fish in a different way. You know how to sell water, but let me show you how to sell some other things that bring you in more money. Let me show you how to be an entrepreneur. Let me show you how to come and work in this setting and meet so many other people. That's the church. We have the biggest resources sitting in our pews every single Sunday, and we don't use them. We don't take advantage of the opportunity. Jesus did this here. Remember who they are. They're different. They're rowdy, but they're disciplined. They're hardworking. They're very strategic. They're dependable. Think about people in a different way. And don't just walk beside them and walk around them because they look different. This is not a new thought process. It's not new. We've just gotten away from it. We have just sat in our churches and put a sign out and think folks are just going to run and come to the door, Joyce. They're not doing it no more. They're not. But did Jesus tell them to come? He went to them. He said, come follow me. And he didn't necessarily say, come follow me to my church building. He said, just come follow me. And maybe following is, come over here with me to the school. Let's teach these little kids how to read. I want you to think about how you are engaging people differently in your communities. Now, some of you are saying, well, Pastor, I only have about 25 people. Okay. That means that you have a lot more people outside of your church than you do inside. You need to be engaging. It's the truth of the matter. That young lady that you pass by at Starbucks when you go get your coffee, that's somebody you could be engaging. That young person that you see that's doing the murals, they could be doing all your artwork for you. I'm asking you to think about how you're engaging people differently. The reason why is because we tend to have such desperation when it comes to the church. I've never seen an organization that has the most resources because we're supposed to serve this almighty God, Walter, and we're so desperate. No one's going to come when you say, come, can you help work on First Sunday, Frederick? I really need your help on First Sunday. You're going to go the other way. It's desperate. Why am I going to come and work on, please help me on First Sunday? We don't have nobody serving on First Sunday. Can you help as a stewardess set the communion table on First Sunday? Now, Fifth Sunday is always a Sunday that's the lacking Sunday, right? Well, we need some help. Who wants to run to desperation? Who wants to go when we're desperate? Quite frankly, you'll go the opposite direction because there's nothing alive there. I'm saying casting the vision, not need. He said, come, I'm going to show you how to fish for people. He didn't say, come because I need somebody on Fifth Sunday to stand at the door. He said, do you want to come and be a part of something that's exciting? You get to meet all kind of people every single day. Can you imagine that? You get to speak to the babies. You get to see who's coming in. He gave them a vision. When was the last time you had a conversation with somebody about your ministry with a vision and not being desperate and not saying, well, you know, we do need some money? No. People have an opportunity, guys, in the 21st century to use their time and their resources other places. But if you can cast a vision, and Olu talked about this, when you are one-on-one with people and they can see you with that vision, they'll jump on board every time. Why would we spend so much time and people stand in line for a little device for hours? Because Apple cast a vision that was the best thing since sliced bread. That's why we stand in line for hours to get it. That's why we make these astronomical payments on them. Somebody said it was the best thing to have. And we ran and we buy them every day. The church is one of the best organizations on this earth. And we fail to cast vision to get people there. But we're desperate. And then we get upset when they go and spend all their time and money with American Red Cross or United Way. They take the time to cast vision with people, to see some things, to see the future. If you need somebody to be on your trustee team, give them a vision of what that looks like to be on that team. You're on this ministry that's going to continue to help develop the church. We'll make the landscaping look so pretty. Would you want to be a part of that team? This is what Christ did. I'll show you how to fish for people. In their minds, I'm sure as fishermen, they would think, well, my God, what does that look like for me? I'm a rowdy fisherman. How am I going to fish for people? How can I put people on my hook and reel them in? What does that look like? But not being desperate. Every time we're desperate, it makes people think we don't even believe the faith that we say we have. But if we can cast them a vision, an image, an understanding, one of the things that we do when we are trying to delve into a different area, and we have to have a conversation with finance, and they tell us all the time, oh, Don, y'all can sure give some pretty stories. You'll meet Ted in a few minutes. You'll meet him. You guys have just glowing dreams. We do. We do. And we bring people with us with the same vision. And we use different people to have the conversation. If we need a playground, I don't need to be talking about a playground. The people using the playground needs to be talking about the playground. The kids, not me. I'm asking you to think about how you're engaging people. If you continue to do them in the same way, friends, you'll continue to not help people in your ministries. If you don't have a vision for your ministry, whether you're a pastor, over the trustees, on the finance team, whether you're in nominations, usher, whether you're in the kitchen, if God is not giving you a vision, how can you expect others to come along with you? And then we want our pastors to be Jesus by themselves. We want them to have all the vision in the world. It's important. We must cast vision with people. Christ did it. And then you got to connect the gifts with vision. So right away, they left the nest and followed him. They had gifts. What we do often is that we will make the disconnect. Well, we don't need this over here. You know, you got a new person coming to your church. You're excited about them. They can do some great things for you. They can be on the audio team. They can be on your tech team. They can do different things, and then you put them on a hold. You'll put them on the door, and they don't really like people. It's the truth. You got folks on your usher team now that don't even smile at folks, and people come through your door. What I'm asking you to do is look to see what gives them life. Christ knew how to connect them with what they did the best. They were dedicated. Why would you put somebody that is a creative, they don't like numbers, why would you put them on the finance team? That's not their thing. Why would you do that? Why would you put someone that cannot sing on the choir? Why would you do that? You wouldn't do it. I know you wouldn't do that. We love our music. But you will do it for every other ministry in your church. So what I'm saying to you is make sure you connect the gifts with the vision. If we have somebody that is very creative and they can draw some things, what team should they be on? They should be helping you come up with all your creative programs. Absolutely. But no, we'll stick them in a hole somewhere, and we can't utilize them there. They're not being their best self there. Let me assure you, Christ knew this when he went for those gentlemen there. Peter was a big, strapping guy. He knew he needed somebody to have his back. During the good times and the bad times, he was there for him. And at the end, he came all the way through. But Christ knew that he would do that. Knew that he would be diligent and deliberate with everything he was doing, even when he cut the man's ear off. I'm asking you to consider this. Just think about it differently when you are trying to get people to be a part of your teams. It's so important. What do you see when you walk by the Peters, the Johns, in your neighborhood? Do you see disciples? Or do you see somebody hanging out on the corner? What do you see when you come and engage with those people that have had some issues and now they're different people? What do you see? How can you engage them? Look at them from a different eyesight this time. Turn your eyes around. See them differently. And think about why they can be a part of who you are. I'm going to show you this video, and then I want us to do a little bit of work on how we engage people.
I have great memories of this country when I was a kid, and I used to come up here with my dad, and I want the boys to have the same memories. I would look around you, Roman, for God's sakes. This is beautiful country here. Take a good look.
I'll tell you what I see when I look out there, if you want to know.
Hey, yeah, I'm curious.
I see the underdeveloped resources of northern Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan. I see a syndicated development consortium exploiting over $1.5 billion in forest products. I see a paper mill, and if the strategic metals are there, a mining operation. A greenbelt between the condos on the lake and a waste management facility, focusing on the newest rage in toxic waste, medical refuse. Infected bandages, body parts, IV tubing, contaminated glassware, entrails, syringes, fluid, blood, low-grade radioactive waste, all safely contained, sunken in the lake, and sealed for centuries. Now, I ask you, what do you see?
I just see trees.
Friends, what do you see? Do you see trees? Because somebody saw this space we're in now, they had a vision. Somebody saw us sitting in this room, looking out the window, hoping, Lord, when they're going to stop so I can go to the beach? Somebody saw that, while somebody else saw trees. What vision is God putting in your eyes when it comes to engaging and building your ministry with people? Who do you see? Do you see the same thing you're seeing now? Or are you willing to take a chance and see and do something different? Remember the model Christ has given us. Take advantage of the opportunity. You say you need people now, it will not hurt you. Think about what you see, okay? Let's think about next. So I'm asking you you have paper, so just write this on your paper and we'll come through and ask you a few questions about it. Have a clear vision. You must know what you need for your area of ministry. How are you going to be over area or ministry and you don't know what your needs are? You have no idea from any given Sunday how many people it takes to operate. Do you know how many ushers you need on one given Sunday? How many you need? Does anybody in here know your number? Do you know how many people will fit in your church on any given Sunday? Who knows that? All right, that's not enough people. Yeah. So if you don't know how many folks will fit in your church, so then you don't know how to serve them. If you don't know if it's 100 people, 150, you don't know. So what I'm asking you to do is think about If you have 100 people, how many servers do you need? How many ushers do you need for that 100 people? You got to know your ministry. You have to know what's best for them. So do you know if somebody came today and said, hey, I have all the gifts you need to be an usher, I have everything you need to be a trustee, do you know what you would tell them first? What's the first thing you would tell them? Oh, praise God, I need somebody on Fifth Sunday. What would you say to them? In the red, it says eliminate members only rule. Now, I'm clear that on the church council or some kind of administrative council, you have to be a member of the church. In order for you, so that's clear, right? But you need volunteers in your church. Those are only areas you got to be a member. But do I have to be a member to serve and stand at the door? My God. Why? You don't. Do you have to be a member to be an usher at your church? Do you have to be a member to serve on your children's team?
Depends on what area, what's your responsibility.
You got to be a member.
Right.
Okay? You have to have a background check too, right? Okay? Do you have to be a member to run your audio? Okay? Do you have to be a member to sing in the choir? Eliminate the members only rule, guys. You say what? You got to be able to sing. But you don't have to be a member in order to give your money, do you?
No, not at all.
Absolutely. What I'm saying is unloosen the ties. They bind you up. There are some legal things you got to be a member of. I'm clear about that. But there are some things, guys, you got your ties so tight, they can't join you. They can't serve with you because they have to be a member. And really think about, is that necessary to meet the needs of your church and the people and the community? That's all that I'm saying. I'm not saying membership is not important, but I am saying attendance and engagement is much more important. If somebody sits in this seat Sunday after Sunday, believe me, eventually they will join your church. But are we meeting their needs? Eliminate where you can. Loosen the bind up. Now, at Impact, we do not push membership. That's what we do. We push attendance and engagement. We don't push it. We don't be like, hey, come and join. We don't. We say, hey, come, be a part of X. Are you been engaging in Y? Are you going to small groups? You don't have to be a member to come to Bible study. Jesus, you don't. You don't. I have a technology team I'm over. You don't have to be a member. Come join the team. I think you know a little bit about technology, but you don't have to be a member. And for us, if you're on our children's area, you just need a background check and love kids. I don't need you to be a member. I don't. I need you to love kids and be able to pass this background check and be open to training. I want you to think about it differently, okay? Eliminate that rule. So these numbers mean something. So in 2019 today, 90% of all the things we consume are owned by 10 companies. Think about that. In 2019, 90% of what we consume are owned by 10 companies. I put this for a reason, talking about change. By 2030, 95% of the jobs we know today will be gone. And 90% of everything we consume will be owned by 3 companies. That's not far down the road. So when you think about how you're going to engage people, keep that in mind. The world is changing. And those 3 companies are this: Amazon, Walmart, it's a company out of Japan, by 2030. So the way that we are engaging our people today in our community must change, because they will be a different people. need to be engaged differently. So if we think doing it the same way is going to continue to help us and the church's doors will remain open, it won't. It will not. It will not, I promise you. It will not. I'm going to come back to this one. Potential members, I want you to take 30 seconds. You walk by people every day. You go to cleaners, you go to get coffee, you go to restaurants, you go shopping. I want you to write down a list, just 2 people that you think would be great for your ministry. Don't worry about if brother or sister so-and-so don't like them because they're going to come in with their skinny jeans on and they're going to be ripped up and down. That's okay. That's okay. Just take 30 seconds. Write them down. While you're doing that, who has professionals in your organization, in your church, sitting in the pews? Professional people. You do? Yeah. How do you engage them? Do you? You do? Okay. If you are not engaging the people that are in your organization in a very creative way, you've lost some people. Because by the time 20, 30 get here, they will be gone. I'm asking you to look at them differently. Use their space to have your meetings. Get outside the church. Olu showed you a picture of us going downtown. Yes, we did. When we get back next Tuesday, we're going to Delta to have our weekly staff meeting. Engage them differently. Guys, if they're excited about your church, people that go to work with them will be excited about coming to church too, because they'll talk about it. And they'll use their gifts at your church. Who is by a local college, a university, or a tech school? Do you engage them too? Are they a part of your church? Okay. Go on that campus, ask that professor, ask that admin person. How can you engage those college students? Now, put people on your list, whether you think you'll get a response or not. Don't count yourself out before you get there. And then you need to pray and ask God for wisdom, insight. We are the people that are supposed to have most faith and believe in God, but we're afraid to ask folks to be a part of what we're doing. We're afraid to let them see how excited we are about what God's about to do. This is simple. You guys know this stuff. I don't have to tell you this. But corporate America beats up the church all day long because they're very intentional about what they're trying to do. But we believe that because we have a ministry, we don't have to do some of these things. If you don't have goals for your ministry, you're losing. What do you want your ministry to do this year? You want to do the same thing? Do you want to say, hey, guys, let's try to get 2 new people? What do you want them to do? I want you to think about it differently. Do you know that our team, our volunteer teams, and we have leaders that are over teams, they have to do a goal sheet. Not anything deep, but my God. Understand who does what. You do that well. Most churches do. And then give them power to be free. Pastors, let it go. You put them in leadership. Let them be free. Let them run with the vision they have. Be organized. It's nothing worse than invite people to a meeting. Guess what? And you don't start on time. You don't even have a decent agenda there. How can someone be a part of your ministry when you're not even taking it seriously yourself? Just asking you a simple question. That's it. All right. You got to have confidence. They want to be included, involved with you. Some will have a bad attitude. That's okay. You're going to come across it. If you ask, people will do. Come follow me. Now, how often do you train your people? Any questions about that? Who does it? You train?
No, I was just getting the fly away.
Do you train? You don't train?
Yes, I train. Yeah.
How often do you train?
Try as much as possible.
Are you a pastor?
I am.
Okay. So you train all your leadership teams?
Every opportunity.
Every opportunity. Good. Who in here do not train? It's okay. We're among friends. Everybody's training, okay? It's important. So it's not just for you to come and be trained, take them to be trained as well. Those professionals that are leading and CEOs and VPs, they can help you train your people. And they won't charge you. I'm gonna show you something here. A great guy, it's a part of our church. He does corporate trainings all over the world. He created a book, this is on Facebook, that's his new book, Wake Me When It's Over. So I saw it, and I love him, I think he's great. And so I said, hey, this is me. Yes, do we have sessions in Atlanta? He said, maybe we can put one together for Impact. I'm actually looking to videotape a seminar. Let's do it. I'll call you on Monday. That's not for me. It's for every single volunteer at Impact Church. He'll do this training. It's not just for the church. They can take that and use it in their normal, everyday jobs, guys. He sits in our audience every Sunday. I saw him on Facebook and said, hey, let's do it. I'm asking you to engage your people just like that. He's going to do it for nothing. People pay thousands of dollars for this man to come. And he said he wants to tape. We got a tape. We can live stream him all day long. The other thing I'm going to ask you to do is, Ola mentioned this earlier about your technology. Keep stop starts. Guys, there's some things that you're doing are great in terms of your ministry. Keep them. There's some things you're doing need to stop. So when a new member come on and they've been looking at some things you're doing, stop it. They're going to tell you it's a better way to do it. Don't be offended. Put your big girls and big boys pants on. When that new person comes and says we can be a lot more efficient and effective, hear them and stop it. Nobody wants to be a part of a desperate and dying ministry. They don't. Don't tell yourself that. That's a lie. And that's the devil talking to you. Because it's not okay. God is not a dead God. And your meetings are boring and in the same place, stop it. No. But you want young people, they're not coming to that. It's hard to hear, but it's the truth. They're not coming. There are some things you need to start doing and thinking about it differently. Okay. Say thank you. When was the last time the people as a part of your ministry, you said thank you? Do it? You have parties for them? Do you do thank you notes? $5 gift cards? Birthdays? Who knows the birthdays of everybody that's a part of your ministry? Raise your hand. Who knows it? Yeah. I'm asking you that question because if we do not thank the people that's a part of our teams, my friends, somebody else would thank them. Nobody wants to come and work and be a part of something, and it's boring. And you never say thank you. I'm going to show you this video, and then I'm going to see if you have any questions.
My name is Cameron Cook, and I serve in NextG.
Currently, I serve as a registration check-in engineer, which is a long word for Children's Church registration and sign-in.
I'm responsible for welcoming everyone, making sure that they feel comfortable, know where they're going, checking in the kids, and make sure the parents know the checkout process.
I deliver messages, I preach, I just serve as a mentor for the team.
I enjoy sharing my smile, my welcomes, and making sure that everyone really feels welcome, especially new families.
I really enjoy sharing my experiences, telling where I'm from, what are the things I've done, and really where I've come to really help them, one, learn from my mistakes, and then do the things I did good better.
I enjoy sharing my time and having the opportunity to spend extra time with my children and also other kids who are part of the church as well.
I get to be able to enjoy time with my friends and with the other adult leaders, and I'm able to learn more about how to work in the technical areas.
I serve because I like giving back to the community. I like seeing smiles on people's faces. I just love being around different people.
I serve to be a blessing, and I really believe that it's not only a blessing for me to be able to serve, but because I serve, I'm blessed.
I invite you to get involved with Maximum Impact.
Get involved.
Get involved.
We invite you to get involved.
So we did that video for our youth and our children's team to be able to get additional volunteers. And we showed it, and we had tables out front. We gave away free stuff, and they came. So I'm inviting you again, guys. Think about it differently. You have the greatest organization people can come and serve in. But we have to think about it differently and do it differently. No longer can we allow the other nonprofits to win when we have the best reason for people to come. And that's because of Christ. At the end of the day, we want our churches to look just like this. Let me show you how to fish for people to come and follow me. Thank you for your time.